everyone, and welcome to Live the Dreams. I'm Akemi, and this visual novel is probably one of the shortest I'm going to play because it literally has it's literally like 1 or 2 hour long in total, and it has like 3 endings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all of them, and let's start with the first episode, shall we? Yeah. This one has a voice acting, so I don't have to speak to girls on this one, which is good. Okay. She was an angel. I muttered to myself by going through the motions, sharpening my favorite pencil. I'm about to go through my daily ritual. I'm inside my room staring at the blank sketchpad. Using a blue Outburn pear print pencil that I've had for 2 years or so, I begin to sketch a girl's eyes. They're like black holes in the sky, sucking every ounce of color and feeling I try to pour into them. I stop. I stare into the void, and soon the 2 holes become one. It begins to suck my focus inward, as if trying to sap me of my every essence. It feels like my heart is being stretched by some unseen force, drawing me closer into the vacuum. On instinct, my right hand moves, snapping me from my previous trance. It sketches a liquid. This liquid begins in girl's eyes, then ebbs down like a monochrome waterfall. I want to wipe it away, but my mind's eye, I know I can't reach her. Okay, erasing it won't do nothing. She's too distant. Even on paper, she lives in another dimension. As if possessed, my hand proceeds to draw the rest of her face. Her expression is almost like straight line, composed in an eerie and unnaturally serene sort of way. It almost appears as she has been left tranquilized by the cruelty of fate. Again, I stop and stare. This was a bad idea, I think to myself. The longer I look at this drawing, the less sane I feel. How could anyone bask in this innocent girl's misery? At last I bring myself to sketch her silken hair. It flows gently like sweet whispers on a peppermint wind. It's the only thing I've drawn today that calms my senses. It reminds me of her fragrant aroma as I inhale, and soon I want nothing more than to breathe the rest of her in as well. This hair of hers, it doesn't exhibit the loathsome ferocity and despair the rest of her face does. The finished portrait of desolate girl awakens every one of my senses, breaking me from its hypnotic power. My hand and heart begin to weigh heavily upon me, and soon it becomes clear why I've drawn this picture. It resembles of Faye, my neighbor since childhood, whom I once had a crush on. We played with one another from the time when we were 3 years old. Now that we're 16, we've grown distant, but I still can't help but see her from time to time. After all, she hasn't moved, so she's still around in the neighborhood. She's every guy's fantasy, and knowing that only drives my previous despair home. My mental image is clear and crisp, her skin is glossy and fair. She is in a way as delicate as glass, and as gentle as a flower. Her long hair always shimmers in the sunshine, as if kissing the blue sky with its tresses. On her left side, a purple hair tie binds up a small portion of her hair. Other than that, two identical hair ties complete her angelic appearance. When I recall memories of the times I've spent with her, I always default to seeing her in a field surrounded by sunflowers.
Jeff!
Yeah, like I said, voice acting. Well, yeah, voice acting. She calls to me, her large eyes filled with anticipation. But what for, I cannot tell. Naturally, I ask, "What is it, Faye?" Naturally, I respond with a gentle smile.
Read this! I wrote it for you.
She hands me a piece of paper with one of her many short compositions written on it in her neat uniform handwriting. She had written a short story about a poor homeless kitten. Cutting straight to the chase, she tells me the story concludes with a happy ending. How nice of her! Undeniably, it's a predictable story, but her detailed description of the kitten's lives makes it worthwhile anyway. The story introduced itself with the kitten's birth in a garbage dump just inside of some backwater city. The ancient labor scene ends up so gruesomely detailed, children will never be able to read it. I knew for sure that Faye included that scene, not because she felt like it, but because she felt it was so significant to the story. After the mother delivers our protagonist, the youngest of the litter, a large chunk of metal falls from somewhere onto the garbage pile and pins her left paw. There were a lot of tragic detailed scenes like this, which only made me even more impatient to get the story's heartwarming conclusion. But before that, I find myself so dumbfounded by the details, I can't help but ask. Faye, how did you come up with the detailed scenes like these?
That's the first thing you ask? Through research, of course.
Really? Research, huh? I see. I take in what she said. Of course, it's hard anyone would research that sort of thing, but then I remember. When she caught me drawing at a young age, she told me that she'd catch up to me with her writing. I must admit, she has improved a lot.
Can you draw the kitten for me?
She smiles. It's a smile that has been burned into my memory time and time again. Adorable, precious sort of smile that always manages to strike a chord within my heart. It's so precious and fleeting that it feels like it may vanish completely any second. Sure, why not? You can ask me anything, I'll try it for you. Promise. I promise, sorry. I answer immediately, hoping that I can preserve her smile by responding quickly enough. Every single day we used to talk about things just like this. She wrote for me, and I built through for her. Day in and day out without fail, this would be our routine. It always left me in a state of euphoria. She was so cheerful and I enjoyed every moment that I spent with her. I want to spend my days like that forever.
Jeff, you're so kind.
I fell silent, wondering why she suddenly said that.
You're too kind. To me.
She utters those words. She smiles. Her eyes seem to glisten while her cheeks grow rosy. And without knowing it, I never get the chance to talk to her like that again. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the last day she spoke to me, but it's the last thing that sticks out in my memory. She is no longer the angel she used to be. Yep. Somehow I have a feeling that this is going to be dark. I just feel it. I look up from my stupor and find myself faced with a clock. It's already 5:30 p.m. As I walk through the neighborhood, the red tinted summer sky remains, as if it doesn't want the night to take over. The neighborhood trees gently sway to a tempo set by the evening's warm breeze. The scenery resembles a fascinating piece of artwork, expressing the emotional contrast between joy and misery. It doesn't allow me to feel the busy surroundings of the city, or the lazy ambience of the quiet countryside. If I had to describe it verbally, I'd say it's well balanced. It isn't too bright, nor is it too dark. The entire mood within the vicinity makes me feel more sentimental than I had previously been. This will be perfect. All it needs is music. Before I know it, I've already arrived at my destination, the playground. Surprisingly, I hear a girl singing a beautiful melody. Her voice is so gentle and smooth that it causes me to close my eyes. It reminds me of the days when my mother used to put me to sleep by humming sweet lullabies as I laid in bed. The girl's voice soothes my ears, but more importantly, it soothes my heart. It makes me want to snuggle tightly under a warm, fuzzy blanket like a cat. I feel like I'm floating. Every note lifts me higher and higher until the clouds are beneath me. The girl abruptly shouts, interrupting her song. Yet I can't really call it shouting. It's so sonorous, it still sounds like she's vocalizing. It's weird for me to even think it, but even that sounds beautiful. She's truly a singer. Unconsciously, I find myself already standing behind the source of earlier's beautiful melody. I rarely laugh at myself about how careless I can be when something astonishing occurs in front of me. I fully regret interrupting her captivating tune.
Jeff?
How do you know my name? And who might you be? The girl, surprised, utters my name. When I open my eyes, I see Chelsea standing in front of me in her singing posture. Oh, that's Chelsea. Nice. She faces me, her long blonde hair swaying from side to side. A significant portion of her hair is tied up, but still, she leaves some hanging freely around her back, giving her a cool feminine look. Chelsea is another childhood friend of mine. Figures. We've known each other since her family moved into our neighborhood about 11 years ago. Oh, that's quite a long time ago. When Faye and I spoke to her the first time, she insisted on singing for us. At the time, we were so impressed we couldn't help but be friends. She was always sung for everyone in the neighborhood, and the joy it brings paints a smile on everyone's faces. What? For that reason, she's pretty popular. In fact, I can't help but feel lucky to be able to hang out with her. I see. You're still enjoying having a solo concerts out here, huh? I tease her.
Don't call it that.
Then what about solo choir?
There's no such thing.
She laughs at my nonsense. Well, what about group solo concert? She doesn't respond to my stupid joke. I guess it was too much. Okay, I know that you really just like to sing from the bottom of your heart, right? She smiles again as she was expecting me to say that.
Yeah, it's the same as how you love drawing. Singing in front of a lot of people. Performing at a real concert. It's my biggest dream.
I hope that your dream comes true.
And yours?
She responds with her usual reply. We've been hanging out more and more over the past 2 years. We've become so familiar that we already know each other's speech patterns. Aside from knowing each other since childhood, we've come to understand more about ourselves and our dreams together recently. But we aren't a couple. I do like someone, but I know that I shouldn't actually fall in love. I don't know why, but I feel like being loved will steal my dream of being an artist from me. Between constant drawings and maintaining what little social life I have, I can't imagine myself having any time for romance until I'm renowned. Okay.
Jeff,
Chelsea says to me.
did she call you out here too?
Yeah? Who's she?
Then, did you read her creepy message?
Wait, could this be... could this be this other girl? I can't remember her name, but... that sounds very concerning. Chelsea looks confused. Without answering, I grab my phone out of my pocket and reread the message that I had received earlier today. The paroxysm of anguish devours my benevolence. Yet your spirit seems vigorous. It's drowning myself in a curtain that's impassable. Hey, have you heard about those people losing their dreams like it's a mass hysteria? If you desire for an explanation, let's meet at the playground before sunset. Sender, Faye. I got a bad feeling about this. Faye always writes weird things, but this is weirder than usual. Given her track record, it's impossible to know what she really means until she explains it to me. But the emotion behind it is there, and I know I can't ignore it. What does he mean by losing one's dream? Is that even possible? Even if trying to dissect it word by word, I can't squeeze an ounce of meaning from it. All I can tell is that Faye is at her limit. But at her limit for what? Chelsea is probably wondering the same thing.
I wonder what's on Faye's mind.
Who knows?
She hasn't said a word to us for years. And now she has sent us this ominous message.
That's true. I'm really worried about her. I've called her several times since she said it, but she won't pick up. I wonder what's wrong. Sorrow once again wells up inside of me. The majority of my childhood memories are occupied by Faye, standing next to me. Yet without saying a word, she has suddenly changed. Since then, I haven't seen her precious smile that could brighten anyone's gloomy day. Oh man. Damn, that sounds heavy. I see her at school and around the neighborhood sometimes, but she seems distant, almost like a completely different person. I miss seeing her puppy dark eyes, delicate skin, long silky hair, and especially reading her stories. I miss everything about her. And with her comes everything that has never been in my possession. Now in the distance between us, I can't help but feel even more saddened by whatever brought it on.
Hey!
Suddenly we hear someone. When we turn around, we find the one we've been expecting. Okay. You look a bit creepy there, Faye. Are you alright? Of course, it's Faye. Upon seeing her, a theory that has been swirling inside my mind is instantly cleared up. She really isn't the girl she used to be anymore. Her eyes seem so vacant and lifeless, even though they're focused towards us. And I'm calling some demon shit going on right here. It's like she's looking throughout Chelsea and I. At the very least, she's looking at parts of us that don't exist within this dimension. Her wavelength seems to be too different from ours for us to connect. She has an ominous and antagonist aura surrounding her. Yeah, I'm a bit scared too. Chelsea twitches upon seeing Faye. As much as I can't believe what I feel, Chelsea can't believe what she sees, which renders her speechless.
Do you know why we have dreams?
Okay, that's a bit spooky question. Suddenly Faye asks us a simple but cryptic question. I can't tell from this alone that this meeting will not be a pleasant one. I can't say anything. I wonder why she's asking us that question after being silent for so long.
Dreams are nothing but an illusion.
That's not true. Faye, what are you saying?
Dreams are fake.
They're not fake. She slightly raises her voice. I don't know what she's trying to tell us. How could anyone understand this sudden outburst? Faye, calm down.
Dreams appear to be a paradise from the outside. But the truth is, they're as rotten as this world.
No, that's not true.
They make us feel like we exist and belong. They promise to give meaning to our lives. But without realizing it, they're just naturally programmed inside of us, our psyches, just like our emotions.
Okay, Faye, you're officially starting to creep me out.
And just like our emotions, our dreams can fail us. Not all dreams will come true. In fact, the majority of people throw them away because they get disappointed. So what's the point in chasing something that's so cruel?
Please don't say that.
Dreams shouldn't exist if they aren't guaranteed to come true. Dreams should just go and disappear.
Bae, that's not true. I raised my voice.
Then what is the truth? Tell me!
I paused for a minute before replying. Well, dreams are called dreams because we should work hard to obtain them. My voice lowers. Despite knowing what I've said is true, it's impossible to keep up with Faye. I don't know where she's coming from, and for that very reason, I can't say anything meaningful back to her.
Do you really believe that hard work will guarantee you your dreams?
Duh.
Jeff, this world is full of lies and uncertainty. How can you so blindly believe in something that petty?
She fiercely retorts, then murmurs.
Even though I'd worked so hard.
Worked so hard about what? I fall silent. Pains me to see her like this. It's like she's jamming a needle into my heart as slowly as she can. Yeah. Suddenly face turns to face Chelsea.
Chelsea, do you believe that dreams can so easily come true?
Chelsea jerks almost mechanically. Unable to meet Faye's intense gaze, she instead looks beyond her as she replies.
Yes, if we work hard enough towards them.
Chelsea agrees with me. Naturally, Faye is not impressed.
That's wrong! Hard work means nothing without results. No one can know the result beforehand. And that result would only appear if your dream has already come true. That doesn't answer my question at all.
Chelsea can't say anything in response.
No, it's not easy. Especially when someone disrupts.
What do you mean by that? What? Her last sentence lights up a part of my mind, but it dims down again soon after.
Anyway...
Faye starts to walk away. She leaves up with a set of dark and ominous words.
You'll understand what I mean when the time comes.
After she left, Chelsea and I are silent. We can't say a word to each other. Without saying goodbye, Chelsea runs home. Though I never noticed on the onset of darkness before, I can see the suddenly present moonlight that is there are tears streaming down her face. Night has finally come. I showered hours ago and I have already eaten my supper. I lay down in my bed, but I can't seem to fall asleep. The discomfort I felt from Faye's words earlier still plagues in my mind. Dreams, huh? I murmured to myself. Faye. I wonder what her dream is. Although we've always been together, she's never told me. I'd never considered asking her because there's only ever been one thing that she has been so passionate about. She wants to become an author. In fact, it's almost like she's destined to. She's always writing and has been for so many years it's doubtful anyone could doubt her ability. Has she given up on her dream? Is that the reason why she's became like this? She immersed herself writing in so many years. Can she really give up just like that? Or maybe something happened. I really don't know what to think. I thought I understood her very well, but maybe Faye and I aren't that close after all. Damn, man. That thought stings my heart. I close my eyes hoping that my anxiety will fade away. Ooh. I'm gonna save just in case. And I'm gonna leave this episode here. Dear freaking lord. 30 minutes in and this game has already given me the creeps. But creeps in good way. This has been episode 1 of Lifted Dreams. I think there's going to be at least 2 or 3 more episodes. I know for sure that there's gonna be at least 2 more, but we'll see. Anyways, thanks for tuning in for Lifted Dreams with me, Alchemy, and I'll see you later on. I'll see you later. Have a great night. Bye bye.